Welcome. Yeah, I'm the only one here right now. We had some technical difficulties earlier. Wasn't sure we were going to even get this up. I'm not quite sure where my partner is. Lily Starr is normally here with me, but Lily did have a prior engagement. So Nikki was going to grace us. Not quite sure. She may be having a problem logging in just like I did. We're not quite sure what the problem is, but the show must go on. So we're going to do this. While I'm talking here, let me throw up some news. This is news that I've been looking at. This isn't all the news. This is just news I have been looking at over the last few days. Let's call it 5 days at the most. There you go. And let me start this over for you. Wink. A little bit of graphics to get you going. This is news just for OTC market. There's not any penny stock news here. Not that I got anything against penny stocks. It's just I am always on the OTC market doing my research, and I'm constantly looking at the news. And anything that looks juicy, anything that has any sort of potential, I throw it in here. So we'll let this go on by once or twice. It's only about 2.5 minutes long. In the meantime, let's see here. Let me see the comments we got going here. I do see we have Thebes1 with us. Loyal follower. Great to have you here. Let's see. What do you say? You're having problems because I'm on time. Well, it works like that, doesn't it? Murphy's Law always seems to be right there when we got things going right. It makes it wrong, but that's okay. So this was a pretty wild day on the market. I got to be honest. I was playing more of the major markets today than I was the OTC, but I definitely pop my head in. I like to see what's running, and we'll jump over there. I've got a few stocks we're going to take a look at, and of course we are here for you. That's what we're really here for. You get to see stocks I'm interested in all week. I share all the stuff I'm looking at. I want to look at stuff that you want to look at. I do see that Thebes was watching ACHR. We can definitely take a look at that. I was trying to think if I know that ticker off the top of my mind. I don't think I do, but I'll figure it out. Let's see. All right, everything is going good here. I don't know where my partner is, but we're not going to let that stop us. I'm going to let this news go through one more time. And for those of you who are new here, this is the link right there going by pennyboy.is wizard. That takes you over to us, our Discord group. It's absolutely free. We do have some areas if you want certain types of alerts for options or something like that. You can pay for that. But just to talk, to share alerts, we do have free alerts. We have streaming teaching, so you can actually see how our professional traders trade, learn their tricks. That's all free. So hit that link up. Come on over. Just sign in and you're with us. And I would love to have you there. I did see Thebes1. He has made it on over there. He can't seem to find me. But we just shuffled from Titan Trading over to Penny Boys. Titan Trading is really where our NFTs and our crypto is. And to put the OTC stocks was, well, you know, kind of the third wheel. So we've shuffled that back over to Penny Boys, where all of our stocks are at, which just makes more sense. All right, we're going to give this one more shot to go through. We're almost done here with the news. Let's see what we got here. Tetra Biopharma. Yeah, she did have a bump. I see she finished today at, well, a high, just about 5.5 cents. That's a low. I'm up there at about 28 cents average on this stock. I bought it way back when they announced a 10-week trial, and I said, woo-woo, 10 weeks. This will be quick, easy money. It's never the way you expect. That 10-week trial still is not done, and it's got to have been a year by now. Has to have been a year. So as far as I've been able to read, they're making deals with Avicana, with Tilray. They've got people supplying the marijuana. They're getting themselves distribution routes to get their products out, and they've run over to Australia to get their products approved. The heck with America. As far as I'm concerned, we're not going to get it approved here in America because cannabis medicine is too cheap. And I think big business here in America would rather keep their opiates and all the bull that comes with it than to get a nice, safe drug out there that doesn't make as much money. All right, let's stop this news here. Okay, we're going to jump up what we got here. Thompson on everything. Let's put that up there so everybody can see what Thompson is saying. Thompson, I can't even read it now. I've got to bring this over. Ooh, my long hold 000 play is Kegs. It's easy for me to follow because it's craft beer. Kegs, that's a good ticker for a craft beer. I haven't looked at Kegs in a while. I do remember looking at them before. So let's take a look at one stock I think you might want to take a look at. Well, not the stock itself, but I want to share this. I've talked about this for the last couple of days, but someone made a comment. So I find this important information, especially if you're an OTC trader. This is one of the biggest stocks, the type of stocks where you're going to make gains in thousands of percent, not 1,000, but 3, 5, 10, 20, 80,000% gains. Let me bring this up for us here. Right there. Okay. There. All right. I'm going to shrink this down so everybody can see this. This stock right here, folks, PHCG. This stock ran 2 days ago, 5,000%. Just shy, 4,980%. Yesterday, it ran 300%. Today, it's only up 25%. I'm really not looking at this to continue running. But the reason it ran was it came off the expert market. And you don't get that on the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, only on the OTC. It's a little prison. If stocks don't get their filings caught up, if they're not current, they get yanked off. If they don't get it done in a certain amount of time, they go over into timeout. Well, while they're over there, their shares cannot be bought or sold by you and me, but they can be bought and sold by marketers and brokers behind the scenes. And I don't know what it is that they do. This stock here was at 1.6 cents when it went on to the expert market on the 21st. We're talking only 7 days ago. It went on to the expert market at $1.06, and as soon as it got there, they ripped it down. It fell all the way down to 0002. Then it came up to 0006, and I think it fell back to somewhere around 0036 when it came back on the market on the 26th, I think it was. Now, I've never seen a stock get pulled off the market and then thrown back on in less than a week. I have not seen that. And this thing, when it came back on, was at 000. And what expert market stocks do when they come back is go back to their normal price. Now, its normal price was 1.6 cents. It ran to 4 cents. 4 cents. So anybody who did happen to get into it was lucky. They made a ton of money. The problem is there's no way to actually know when it's going to go back on the market. The OTC markets don't tell you. The SEC don't tell you. FINRA don't tell you. Nobody informs the investors it's coming back. So you just got to stand there at the door waiting for it to open. And who's got time to do that? So I want to show you something here, and I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just turning you on to this. This is a site. I've been calling it RE Filings. It's Filings RE. FilingsRE.com is a pay-for service. I think it's like $40 a month. But folks, you may think that's expensive, but the information you get is information you won't get from press releases. You're not going to get from filings. You might get some of it from Twitter, from people who are willing to share. This page right here, let me open this up. This is a page that they show you all the different types of actions going on with OTC stocks. See up here at the top. Now, this is just an example tier change. Now, I don't know why it's not here, but they would show the old tier and then the new tier. So it would say expert old, pink new, and you get this information before it happens. So you're going to be on the ball. And they give you lots of information here. Reverse splits coming, symbol change, FINRA reinstatement. But that is not all they give you here. You can also get the court reports. Is this the court reports? No, that would be right here. They have court reports, folks. When you go to court to get custody of a company, where all your Karen Courier, your Alpha Ridge, these other people that get expert stocks that are dead in the water, bring them back on the market, clean them up, do reverse mergers and take them off, like ILIS. That was a great one by Karen Courier. Well, we had all sorts of news here about Karen Courier going to court and getting custodialship of ILIS. Well, as soon as that report came out, it jumped, only for the people who were aware of it. So this is all the court documents for shares being taken off. You got to go to court if you want to remove 10 million shares or something that somebody else owned and abscanned with. You got to go here. So there's lots of information. They've also got information here, just your basic stuff. Let's see if I can show you something else. Again, stock splits, your filings, they have all that information here, but you can get a lot of that at the OTC market. But the tier changes, forward splits, reverse splits before they happen. A lot of places, believe it or not, you have a lot of stock companies that'll tell you 8-10 months ago, we're doing a reverse stock split at management's discretion. Well, that's not a date, and they do not have to tell you when they're going to do it. So they may have said 8 months ago, and then tomorrow it happens. And you say, what the heck? I didn't see anything about a reverse split. There was no news press, nothing said about it. They did tell you 8 months ago, and they're not obligated to tell you again. But if you have this will tell you the reverse split is about to happen. At least it's a heads up. So I like this site. I did use it for a while. I haven't used it. I've had a lot of other things I'm doing, but I do like this site. Let me jump back over here, see if we got any questions. Like to see long-term stock discussion site on Penny Boys. Right, we'll bring that up over there. All right, since we don't have any questions, let me share. Oh, I see Nikki is here. Hello, Nikki. Can you hear me? Hold on, we're going to get Nikki in. Hi, Nikki.
Hey, how are you?
There she is.
How are you doing today?
Good. I let everybody know we were having technical difficulties, and
yes.
I was expecting you, so I just forgot to look over there. I don't know how long you were waiting.
I've been listening. Good stuff.
All right, I'm going to move on over to what was I going to show you next? A stock that I haven't been able to keep up on this. The president was going to do a discussion, I think it was today, and he was going to be talking, I presume, about the monkeypox. I know the WHO organization has declared this a serious issue. Mm-hmm. And this page right here shows you the different stocks, get out of there, that are involved with monkeypox. And there was one particular one I brought you over here for, that one right there, GOVX. This is, well, it was cheap. It was at 55 cents not too long ago. I looked at it today. It was like at $2.50. But these are all the companies that are involved with monkeypox here. There's CMRX. Now, I have not done any due diligence here. I'm giving you a heads up because we haven't seen it here in America, but monkeypox seems to be a big issue right now, just like COVID was and still is. So these companies here are working with it. So you know how this works. When things get put on the table, when they become heated discussions, stocks involved in those areas start running. We did it with baby formula. We've done it with oil. We do it with everything. Let me see if they've got any more here. All right, so there you go. We got three of them there. TNXP, NASDAQ stock, GOVX, also a NASDAQ stock, and CMRX, another NASDAQ. And I will bet you there are some OTC stocks out there. You may want to go to Google, put in monkeypox and OTC, and see if you can get anything that comes up. It would be a quickest way to do it. Let's see here. Oh, this one. This stock caught my attention today. You can see why. 414% gains today. She's at 13 cents right now. This is MD Works. MDWK is their ticker. They're on the pink tier. They're current. They say they're a shell company, not making any money. Well, they had news today. And where is that news? Well, hopefully I brought it up because it's not coming up here. Could be a filing. Let's see. Oh, it was a filing. That's right. 8K. Folks, if you're not reading 8Ks, you're missing the important news. 8Ks will come out oftentimes before news press does, if they even follow it up with the news press. And I am always finding reverse splits, reverse mergers right here in these 8Ks. And they don't announce what's in them, so you got to poke your head in. This one came out yesterday. Now, these are pretty short normally. This one is the entire deal. That's right, deal, because they did make a deal here. They tell us on July 21st, MD Works, a Delaware corporation, let's see, entered into a stock purchase agreement with Traditional Reserve. a Ronin Equity Partners company. Each company, buyer and seller, are referred to. They're bringing the companies together. I was looking for the word merger, but it is an acquisition. One company has bought the other company. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the lead company in this, or if they're actually going to work together. There's a lot of information here, but that's what it's all about. There was an acquisition today, and it moved 414%. Did you see this at all? Do you watch penny stocks and OTC stocks, Nikki?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
Pardon?
What did you say?
I said, were you aware of this stock moving today? Do you watch OTC, or are you just pretty much on the penny stock side?
I stay a little more on the penny stock side.
I thought so.
I had seen that GOVX, like you were discussing earlier, I saw a lot of chatter on that today on Facebook, actually. But this particular one, no, I have not.
Well, let's jump on over to that chart, because I want to show you both the this chart, and I want to show you the chart for that 5,000% gainer. You don't want to miss those sort of charts. So let's see here. We got I hate bouncing back and forth. Sorry about that, folks, but they don't have a quick button here. So we'll do this as best I can. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Share screen application. Let's bring up my chart. There it is. All right, gotcha. All right, so we want to look at MDWK first. MDWK. I'll get this out of the way so we can have a full chart. Aha. MDWK. All right, so that's today. Let's back this up 1 year. Let's see what we got. Not a whole lot. You can see she was flat, had a nice step up, but there's not a lot of activity over a year compared to today. Wow. That is just, that's Jack and the Beanstalk right there. No volume until today. Let's see. 1 hour. Hold on, folks. Nikki, can you take over?
I sure can. He is trying to pull up. I can actually, I'm struggling to see this chart a little bit. I think I need to put it on.
Sorry about that, folks. Jehovah's Witness at the door. What can you do?
That's okay.
I'm kidding. It wasn't Jehovah's Witness, but it might as well have been, because I don't have time. All right. Okay. Well, what do we got here? The 1 hour chart. I want to come back down to that 5 minute. All right. This is the only day she's had any activity, and she jumped from 3.5 cents. And I'm sorry for interrupting, Nikki. I'm sorry.
Not at all.
Between the dog, the door, and being the only guy here talking. Whew. We got up to 16 cents here from 3.5 cents. So you're looking at 400% gains. Well, she's over that now, so that had to be higher. Because right now we are down here at 13 cents at 414%. And up here is 16 cents. So my math isn't right there. That's probably closer to 500% gains in 1 day off of an acquisition. And the reason I think this ran, and this is just my opinion, is because it's had no interest. I mean, nobody's been doing anything with this stock for a very long time. And I'm sure if we did dive into this, we'd probably see that they haven't had anything happening whatsoever. And that other chart, PHCG, I believe it is. Yeah, Pure Harvest Core. This is a cannabis company. There's a lot of cannabis companies running right now. Again, there's another bill in the Senate. This one, believe it or not, is for cannabis advertising. They want to advertise cannabis on radio and television in states where it's legal to smoke it. Now, imagine that. You cannot advertise cigarettes on TV, but you might be able to advertise a joint. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's pretty strange. However, this has already passed the House of Representatives, as has 9 other bills, banking bills, legalization bills. But when they get to the Senate don't do anything. They don't even vote. They don't even bring it to the floor. But every time something passes in the House, the cannabis stocks do rise. But that's not why this rose. As I said, this is just jumping because it came off of the expert market. It's come down to that 5-day. There she is. She was only off the market for 4 days, took the price down to 0002. And when she came back, this is the 5,000 day right there. From here to there was 5,000% gains. And you know, we are down here at 00. Well, we're at 2 cents. You go all the way up to $1. These two lines between here and here wouldn't even show up. They'd be so close it just looked like one line. That is such a small distance to cover from 0002 to 4 cents. And then the next day, people thought it was over, but it wasn't. She took another 300% gains. And then today, just a wee bit. Looks like she's now stuck in a channel up here. Doesn't look like she's going to go anywhere. I'm not endorsing get into this or anything. I'm just showing you what happens when a stock comes off the expert market. I looked at one quite a while ago when all the stocks back in September, when stocks had to get right or they were going to get yanked off, they pulled off 1,200 stocks in one day on September 29th. One day they pulled them off, but they had been warned for a full year. So we were watching stocks that were going to the expert and coming back on. And I'd found one. All the filings were caught up, and I said, this looks like it's coming back, folks. And when these expert markets come back, they like to go back to approximately their normal price, wherever they were at before they came off. And they come back on in the triple zeros. I don't know why that is, but when they come back to the open market, they're at triple zeros and they jump to wherever they were, 10 cents, 2 cents, 002, whatever. That's where they go. And the one I saw, I measured it, where it was at and where its norm was. And I said, folks, this is 17,000%. I know that sounds silly, but that's the numbers. That's the math. Well, the next day it did come back on the market and went 89,000%. Can you imagine that, folks? Every $100 bill would have made you $89,000. That's the way it worked out. It is just incredible, but you've got to know what's going to happen, right? Nikki, do we have any questions over there?
I answered one person about wanting some kind of retirement or long-term holds in the Discord, and we do have that in our Rest and Retire via email, and we also have a retirement alerts channel in the Discord as well for you guys to see. But did y'all already talk about TBPMF?
We kind of talked about Tetra Biopharma. We didn't look at any charts, but I went through the news and what they were doing right now. So I think we're pretty up on them.
We're caught up.
I see one here, ACHR. Thebes brought that in before the bell even went off. AHCR, is that what it is? ACHR. All right, let's take a look at that. ACHR. Not familiar with this stock, but this is how we become familiar if we type in the ticker right. Dyslexia. All right, what do we got here? So she had a 7-8% gain today. She's just under $4. She has been running for the last 4 days on a nice even climb. She looks really nice right now. Let's take a longer look. Let's go back 1 year. So she had a high back here. Oh, so this looks like it was a SPAC. I'm going to presume being there at the $10 line. As I said, I don't know anything about the company, but that reminds me of a SPAC. I'm going to presume they had a deal here. That's why the price moved. And obviously they weren't happy with the deal. It has fallen a lot. She hit a low bubble here of 261, and she is now trying to break that 50 again. We do have an imminent crossover on our PPO, which is a lot like the MACD. I really like this actually better than the MACD, and this is a powerful sign right there. MACD is already at its crossover, approaching the signal line. So right now in the yearly, it looks pretty good. Let's come right on down to that 20 days. So she hasn't been doing bad for 20 days. You can see she's had a rough seafair here, but once she got over the 200, she's wanted to stay up there. Boy, she fought it hard right there. That definitely tells you she did not want to fall down. She would have easily come under that, but she didn't. And she is climbing right now, and you can see we've got a nice uptrend going. Technicals are all great right now. 5-day, 5-minute. Technicals are a wee bit cooler. We do have a pull down here just at the end of the day, which is going to account for that. But the volume was steady all day long. She did pretty much go sideways, but I got to tell you, most of the major market went sideways right here today. I saw a lot of it, and They had a lot of strength in the morning and then a lot of sideways action. And then just at the end of the day, a little bit started to happen. So this looks like it was just pretty much following the sympathy of the overall market. Well, let's go see what is actually up with this company, because I don't know the company that well. So let's jump over here and I'll get my website open. Where'd you go? There he is. All right. See what we got here. ACHR, Archer Aviation News. Give us something. Oh, shame on you folks. No news. We had a 42 filing, which normally isn't a whole lot of good information. There's an S8. All right, I tell you what. I'm going to jump on over to Twitter. Twitter is always a good place. There's lots of people over there doing DD. I don't mind seeing what they've found. A heads up, I don't use it as gospel, but it's definitely a lead. It'll save you a lot of time rather than just going to Google trying to find something. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to have to open this up so it'll let me search. ACHR, nice continuation today after yesterday's 11%. Looking interesting. What do we got there? ICR NHOD breakout. Grats if you survived the dip. Which dip? That big one from $10 to $2. That's not a dip. I'm not seeing any news here. ACHR, that was the 27th. Okay, that was yesterday. ACHR, Raymond James initiated coverage this morning with an $8 price target, implying 144% upside. This is the only buy rating they gave out of the 5 EVTO companies they initiated coverage on. That definitely has something to say. Now, I'm not familiar with Raymond James, but when these price targets come out, they're only as good as the people who give them. If Morgan Stanley gives it, people are going to listen. If Joe Blow gives it, probably not. So when you see a price target of $8, there's a very good likelihood if it was given by someone who has credibility, you're going to see the price that day climb right up to $8. Not at 2.8. It'll stop 10%. It'll stop about 10% away from it. On average, that's what I noticed. I'm not telling you it's gospel, but that's what happens. So that's probably what has got it pushed a little bit since yesterday. You had some yesterday. You had some today. Is there going to be more tomorrow? What was the price again? We were at 392. So, gee whiz, we've got 100% sitting on the table if people want to play up to that new price target. It's definitely worth watching. You never know how fast it can take off. How are we doing over there, Nikki? I can't see the board.
Doing good. Doing good. Right. Zerify engages Core IR for investor relations and shareholder communication services, SFOR. That's what the best says. And INND, growing in Walmart.
Really? Yeah. Right. Hearing Assist, the hearing aid company with Walmart. I didn't know if they had any more new news. We can check that out.
Yeah, here's a kiosk. That's interesting.
A kiosk in Walmart?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe they have put the hearing assist kiosks into the Walmart Vision sites.
Wow.
So they're using the same store for both now. And INND acquired 2 companies, Hearing Assist, which came with a Walmart contract, and then the other one I can't remember the name of right now. And then Walmart went and increased their order 8-9 months later to a $10 million order, and they doubled the number of stores to something like 14,000 stores or something like that. So it was great news. IND ran good when that news came out. And if there's anything new, anytime you throw a Walmart into the news press, it always helps, obviously. This was a company that had, it was a bigger gain than this. It must have fell back. We're only up 3%. PTPI. I'm only showing this to you because this is one of the problems on the OTC market. We've had 2 companies back out of deals this last week that they had sitting on the table. They're not doing them now, which is a real upsetting thing because people bought that stock based on that news. It ran on that news, and now it's just BS. Well, this is telling us that this company got the same thing happening to it. Petrus Pharmaceuticals, a leading provider of therapeutics for men's health, today confirmed that a press release issued on the 28th regarding a purported acquisition of the company was fraudulent and not issued by the company. Now, how does that happen? You know, maybe on Twitter, maybe on Facebook, but to actually have a press release said to be put out by the company, put out on all these big sites as if it's legitimate news. I mean, I believe press releases. I see a press release, I take it as gold. I don't think there's anything, unless management's lying. I don't think somebody has faked that they're management and putting out fake news. Do you ever hear of that, Nikki?
No.
This is twice I've heard of this. False news presses. So this company did not have any deal. So if you had something involved with PTPI, I don't know what the deal was. I just saw the news because I just read news. And I saw that and it's like, no, not another false report. That takes away from the authenticity of trusting news presses. Let's see what else I got up here. We got any questions on stocks over there? You said, I heard you mention one before, INND.
Let's see. I saw someone mention, we talked about the ones that were mentioned at PMF. We talked about that already.
Oh, here's one. Well, we got two here. SIGA, IS or SIGA, and RJDG. RJDG. Let's take a look at those. We don't want to overlook them since you've typed them in there. They're worthy. RD. I got to make sure I don't get these confused. All right. Roger Joseph, don't go. Roger Joseph, don't go. All right. Get out of there. Roger Joseph, don't go. RJD Green fell today. I think it was Thebes said he's watching this one. Let's see what sort of share structure we got. 250,000 shares. What does this company do? RJ is a holding company focused on acquiring and operating companies in niche markets. They service the health sector and green environment. Did they have any news today? No, but just a couple of days ago they did. RJD Green enters an acquisition memorandum of understanding for the healthcare division. All right. Now, I always think of a memorandum of understanding as meeting for a cup of coffee at Starbucks. A memorandum of understanding isn't a legal document. You know, it's a handshake agreement right now. We're discussing it. But it's enough to get people to get the stock moving. And if we look at the chart, we might see this actually did run on the 25th. RJD Green announced today the company has entered an initial memorandum of understanding with a medical billing firm, which would complement the iOS soft accelerated medical payment. I just saw a company the other day. Which one was that? They're also working with medical payments with hospitals. They say hospitals are losing a ton of money because they have so many codes for every single thing they do that the wrong codes are being put in, and they're undercharging, if you can believe that. And they said the hospitals that are using this service are getting 30% increase in 30 days, and they're making money. They're just getting a lot of money back that they were losing by bad billings. I'm gonna have to. It's in one of my videos. I'll just have to watch my video and see what it was. So we've got another billing company here, and I tell you what, medical companies aren't just looking for people to take care of the billings to get rid of the workload. It's difficult because, like I said, there's a lot of technical codes that have to be put in for every single thing they do. And if you get the codes wrong, you're not billing them right, and the medical companies could be losing money. So it's a good service. Let's see. Let's actually go take a look at this stock over at the charts. And again, I've got to do this crazy bounce. Da-da-da-da-da-da. There we go. I'm getting faster. Our Roger Joseph, don't go. The tricks we use. All right, let's see what we got for a year. She had a high back here of 0024 quite a while ago. Has been pretty volatile. Had a big drop here over a few months and is just basically gotten light on any activity until these last 2 months. She started up again with some big bounces. Wow. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. You can see this purple blue line here. I know most of you probably don't use this one. It's the 200 whole. It's like the 200-day SMA. Takes 200 days, averages them together, then gives a little more credence to the prices currently happening. So the line is normally closer, and tools are only as good as how many people are using them. I'm using a 200. What if I was using a 147? How many people use a 147? None. So I might see a signal, but nobody else sees it. So I'm the only one moving on that signal. That's why we like to use tools that everybody else is using, because we all see the same signal. We stop and go at the same time, just like on a street. One signal for all of us. So this is a signal some people use, obviously, because look, it is respecting it. It is coming down and bouncing on here. And she is jumping pretty good. She's jumping from 0007 up to 0016. Call it from 7 to 16. So that is about 125%, those big bounces right there. And that is daily. That's daily. Let's come on down to the 1 hour. She had a low bubble back here of 0006. And right now she is at a perfect buy point. It's my favorite buy point. 001. 001, folks. When it gets to 002, obviously you've made 100% because that's double one. The thing is that there's only one more digit behind this number, 001, and then there's another digit behind it. Not all of these count. We've only got this digit right here, and it's going to go from 1 to 9 like an odometer. So this turns very quickly from 1 to 2 to 3. And I tell you, I'm going to put a line here just so you can see this. That is 002. This is 001. And now I'm going to go up to a penny. There's a penny. That is 1,000. That's a. All right. I got to bring this down so you can see all this. It's going to get tight. I want to show you right there. 2 cents. Okay. Right there is 100% gains, folks. This too is 100% gain. That little itty bitty move right there is 100% gain. Or you can wait to get up to there. And by the time this line here gets to there, that is 1,000% gain. You make it all the way up to there, that's 2,000% gain. This is a very good price to buy in at, 001, because it moves fast. Jeez, oh, beats. So she's got a great price right now. Let's go all the way to that 5-day, 5-minute. Whew, what a day. What a day. She hit a low bubble and a high bubble in the same day. Wow. 0008 up to 15. So we did have 100% gain right there. Yeah, virtually 100% gain. And then she fell back down here to 11, which pretty much gives you a 50% gain, right? No, that's telling me 5%. How the heck is that 5%? Oh, right. It's from where it closed and opened. Okay, I gotcha. All right, Nikki, we got anything over there? I've run out of stocks that I could look at. I could go through ones I've already talked about, but
did you see MLFB?
Which one?
MLFB?
LM.
No, it's M as in mother, L as in Larry, F as in Frank, B as in Bob.
Oh, F is in Frank, B is in Bob.
Mm-hmm.
FB. So we are looking at Major League Football. All right, I didn't know there was a ticker for Major League Football. Whoa, what happened today? Holy cow, what a drop we have there, folks. So we have gone from 2 cents all the way down to 0072, and we've landed here at 008. Wow, what a fall. Obviously, there's got to be some news here, and that's what I really want to see. So I'm going to switch our page over here to see what is going on. Share screen. My dog. Do you guys all hear my dog? She got locked outside when I answered the door, and I'm not letting her in, and she's upset. Okay, let's see here. So we are looking for... All right. Hold on, folks.
He'll be right back. He's going to tell his dog to be quiet.
Oh, my word for a butler or spouse. Okay. Oh, I've never had to do that before. Okay. But I'm sure you guys could hear that.
That's funny.
All right. So we were looking at Major League Football. Major League Football. Oh, goodness. All right. Let's go straight to that news. News a couple days ago, Major League Football reports that things are heating up for the training camp in mobile. That doesn't sound bad. All right, I'm going to bet it's a disclosure. Had a disclosure 3 days ago. That wouldn't cause it to drop today. I don't see any news. Let's see if they had a split. I mean, that was a big drop. No, they haven't had a split since 2014. All right. Since I am dumbfounded here, I'm going to go over to Twitter and just see if we can find anything there. Oh, gosh, it just keeps coming up. No, Major League Football. It does now seem more and more like some weird stock market scheme for Frankie Poo. No, let's see. I just spoke to Frank Murtha, the CEO of MLFB. There's his phone number. Oh, I bet he don't like that. And he stated the rumor on Twitter that the league is folding is not true. Well, if this is what it's about, if somebody started a rumor, it could have been the shorters. I swear to God, they'd start a lot of rumors. If they started a rumor that this company was going to fold and the CEO says that's a lie, we're looking at a buying opportunity there, aren't we? Wouldn't you agree, Nikki?
Possibly.
Let's take a look at that chart again, because that was a big fall. And if there is no bad news, if it's just a lie, not even a rumor, then that is definitely a buying opportunity.
For sure. That was an ugly drop.
Yeah, you can see, I mean, let's go back 1 hour, 20 days. So she's holding. I mean, you can see that is her regular price up in this area between 2 and 3 cents roughly. And she has given away quite a lot of that. She went from, call it 7 to 21. So she's given away 66% of what she had on the board. And that should be an easy recovery if there's nothing wrong. There is no bad news. There's been no dilution. There is no reverse split. They're not folding. Wow, look at the volume. Woo, you definitely got everyone's attention. So I think he needs more. I mean, maybe they have their own Twitter account, but to just comment on someone else's Twitter account, that's not the best way to fix a rumor. He needs to get the information out there. And maybe he will tomorrow. This was a huge drop, and he may actually address this situation. But in either case, if it is bull, this is a great opportunity as far as I can tell. I mean, what buying price would I look at right now? I mean, you want it to go lower? I don't know what the low is for this. Let's go back a year. All right, so 1 year ago, virtually a whole year ago, she was down to 0.004. What? 0.004, we're at 0.008. Okay. Wow. So she came down to right there, and that's as far as she's gotten. So I don't think she's going to come any lower. I think this was an aberration. She hit it, didn't stay there at all, climbed all the way back up here, likes to stay up in this region. So yeah, whoever likes MLFB found a good one. Good find, whoever found that. What we can do here is take a quick glance, since we're right here at the scan. I always do a scan. It's up all day long, and I only go up to $3. Now, it's not because I don't like stocks $4 and $5. I do. The problem is that TOS splits the search from the alphabet, the letter A down, and the letter Z up. And they only look at 2,000 stocks in each search. So if I spread it out, say, from 0001 to $5, I only get from A to G. And I don't get to see HIJKLMNOP. I don't get to see them at all. They just won't show them. So I've learned to keep my price just squeezed a little tighter so I don't get bald spots in my searches. But I watch this all day. I keep the volume and the percentage changes. I'm jumping back and forth to see what is happening. A lot of times you'll see a stock down at the bottom that doesn't have a lot of gains, but is getting a heck of a lot of shares moved. That could be an indicator. You don't always want to look at a stock up at the top because it's already ran. Chances are now is when it's going to start pulling back. So you'd like to find those stocks that are in the green with some gain, but are moving a ton of shares. And I'll come through here and just look at the ones moving. And that'll be the one I zoom in on. I'll say, look at this one. It's just turning like an odometer, and I'll jump into it. So that's how I find a lot of runners. The other way is over at the OTC markets, folks. I talk about it over and over. As a matter of fact, yesterday's video was about it. The current market page will show you trades. That's one piece of information they do not have here. It is not even available. You cannot put it as one of your pieces of criteria. I want to know how many trades this company has done. It would seem like an obvious piece of information, but Thinkorswim doesn't give it to me. But I can get it over at the OTC markets, which as far as I'm concerned, tells me a lot more than a scan does. A scan is giving me the activity, but I want to know how many people are creating that activity. To me, that is the real criteria. The more people, the more money, the more money, the more price activity. So let's take a look at what we had happening today. We'll jump over to the OTC, and it's right here, current market. Now, there is a 15-minute delay on this page. This page right here, you can zoom in if you like to short stocks. Boy, this is a good place for you. Decliners. You can look at every single stock and see how many people are pulling a stock down. That can definitely help you, but I'm always looking for the gainers. And I look at every stock. I really don't categorize them here. Now, all these double diamonds, those are expert market stocks. They're being traded. You can see that, but not by me and you. No, these are people behind the scenes. And look at the prices. You see anything big there? They tear these prices. And it's not just 000. They will take this down to 5 zeros and a 1. You're talking like 1/millionth of a penny. It's stupid. And they've got to bring it back to 0001 at least to put it back on the market. It cannot be any lower than that. Wow, look how many there are there. Now, this isn't a bad thing to consider. If you see a stock like this one has 130, well, that's not a double diamond, tricky. If you see one that has a big number and it's a double diamond, there could be a chance it's coming back on the market. That's how you notice these things. If you don't have any other telltale sign, just look at the activity. All right, I'm going to have to kick this out. 572 trades. There it is, MDWK, one of the stocks we looked at. And this is how I found it. I came over here, saw how many trades it had. Obviously, the volume matters, but to me, the most important thing is that number. If you see a stock that's moved 1,780%, which there's nothing wrong with, that is a pink BQST. That is a great jump, but it only had 5 trades the whole day. Now, I don't know how it jumped so fast, but the chance of you getting any activity out of this with only 5 trades, which is the most 5 people. That's not 100 people. I know that for sure. That right there could be 500 people. You're going to get this stock going up, going down, moving. This stock probably jumped and sat there for an hour and then jumped again and then sat there and then jumped again. Nobody wants to trade like that. Now, there's a lot here, for goodness sake. This is something else. We have all of these are over 100%. Now, it has not been like this for a while. I have not been able to scroll a couple times and stay in the 100% above range. Not that there was a lot going up there that we could take advantage of, but there is activity. Speaking of that, how did we finish today? I never saw what the OTC finished. Oh, we dropped again. Yesterday, we were at 8.2 billion shares for the entire day for the OTC market. Today, we dropped a little bit more, down to 8 billion. We had been dropping for over a year. We were at 60 billion shares February, March of last year, and we fell all the way down to 4.7 billion about a month ago. And that was our floor. We weren't bouncing downhill. No, we were just falling downhill. And then we hit the floor and we bounced in 2 weeks. What was that?
I lost you there for a second. I wasn't sure it was just me.
I don't know. I don't have anything to tell me. That's what you're here for, because I can't hear or see anything. Where was I? Darn it, I lost my. Oh, yeah. We were at 15 billion. And that was a high for a year. And we have been falling back again now. Our trades have been stuck between 300,000 and 250, and our dollar volume has been under 2 billion for the last few days. So it is not getting stronger. So to see all of these cheap stocks selling, now most of them are on the expert market and really don't have anything to do with us. Matter of fact, this is where our game begins, right down in here. And the first stock on our game was midweek. That was the highest traded stock on the OTC market that we could actually look at and play. 83 trades here with 300 million shares. That's over 250,000 shares for FONU. But again, I don't look at 000 stocks. They could move 1 billion shares and not move in price. I mean, it's just a picket fence or just bounce all day. And that's not what I'm trading for. So I'm looking for stocks that are over 001 or at least 001. IHGP had 361 trades today. I never looked at it. Let's see what's going on with that. Where's our mark right there? 72% gains. How many shares does she have? Hey, that's not a bad share count. We got 14 million in the float. News. Goodness gracious, no news. And there are lots of stocks that are moving for no apparent reason. I got to tell you, though, when you go over to Twitter, you will see a lot of the cheap stocks are running simply because of technicals. You won't find any news. You won't find any filings, but you'll find people on Twitter talking about how it's approaching a certain SMA. There's some big blocks that have just been sold. They'll tell you. And when you start seeing lots of tweets on the same stock, whether there's any news or anything, you should put it on your watch list. Buzz from the people is a catalyst. No, I don't see anything. Jeez. See, this is what I'm talking about. I go through a dozen stocks a day that have nothing going on, and they're running. And I don't want to just show those to you because what can I tell you? You want to know why they're running. I want to know why they're running. 14 million float. Do I hear 20 cents? Yeah. People love low floats and they love hot tickers. Anyone do the math on this 14 million float? IHGP, they talk about $100 billion market value that converts to 742 million US. I have no idea. Looks like a Chinese company. At present, there were more than 20 wholly owned operating big, healthy industry enterprises and more than 50 chain alliances units. I have no idea here, folks, but this looks to be about the only thing we got going on over here, except a low float. Yeah, it's being repeatedly posted here. There it is again. So whatever's going on with IHGP, new website and company looks huge, 2,000 employees. So this is all you get from Twitter is a lot of heads ups, but you've got to do a little more diving. Just don't throw your money onto it. See what they've actually got going on. Where were we? Over here. So we're still at 72% here. Lots of single digit trades. These are stocks you want to avoid, even if they've got big gains. There's just no trading activity. Venue, VNUE, 6 million shares, 107. Oh, okay. Look here. 1,400 trades. You cannot ignore that. 49 million shares. It's not as many shares as some of these companies, but that's a ton of people. HYSR. I did hear about this. Just under a nickel. Let's go see what's going on with them. Sun Hydrogen. Hydrogen, as far as I'm concerned, it will be king in the next 10 years. No, that's old news. Oh, that's not too old. That's from the 19th. I mean, I don't think it would be running today for that. Sun Hydrogen, well capitalized for nanoparticle-based green hydrogen technologies. Continued development toward commercialization. So they're still working. But that's, that's a week ago. So I'm not expecting she had no big jump today for that. That's the 20th. Sun Hydrogen issued a press release announcing certain aspects of its financial position. Okay. So I don't see anything actually going on. Sun Hydrogen reports financial position of $52 million in cash. That's not bad. And cash equivalents on the books as of June 30th. Well, they got a lot of money in the bank. That's never a bad thing. But I don't see any real catalyst outside of having money right now, unless somebody else knows something. But she did run 46%, although didn't it say 72% over here? Where are we at? No, it did say 46%. I want to go take a look at that chart, if you guys don't mind. Do you mind? Okay. Let's go see what we got over here. How much time we got left? We got a few minutes, just a couple. Any questions? Anything you folks want me to look at on the charts? I'll gladly take a look at it before we're out of here. I'm going to go take a look at this guy here. Let's get over to the right page. Where are you guys hiding? There you are. Stop that screen, share this screen. I'm going to have to write these folks, tell them a better way to do this. All right, you can all see my chart there. And we are looking at, what is it, HYSR. HYSR. We did look at this before. I've got this on a yearly chart right now. I used to have a good habit. I've got to get back into this. I put up these blue timelines, so I know when I looked at this. It's always nice to see. And we looked at this back on November 5th. We had looked at it 1, 2, 3. Boy, I was late getting to it. 4 days after it had been running. 4 days. But it still had some more run after a big drop. After a big drop, she came back up. But I don't think she got anywhere close to her high. Right now, let's come down to that 20-day, 1-hour view. Something's definitely going on. Now, this is probably the 20th here. The 19th. All right, so that's when the news came out. This is when the filing came out. So the filing and the news is the catalyst. There is nothing else we can see right now. This is where it started to push up above the 50, on top of the 200, and is just picking up momentum now, and it is launching. All the technicals are screaming on the 1 hour. You can see the volume. The volume is getting stronger and stronger. 5-day, 5-minute view. Wow. Yeah, that was a terrific day today. And this has all just been running from that bit of news that she had, which didn't seem too great, but they got $52 million in the bank. You got to do something with it, though. It's not like that's going to add anything to the company's value. She took off today from 3 cents up to a little over 5 cents. So she had a nice jump today, and she did have a strong pullback at the end of the day. Now, I wouldn't presume this is going to continue running, folks, not without more catalysts. I would think it needs something else. I'm surprised it's gotten this much run. I mean, it's been a whole week since that news came out. But you can see how that current market page comes into play. You're looking for news. You're looking for catalysts. There's nothing, so you're just not looking at the stock. Well, you can see people were looking at this stock. And people are what made it run, not the news, not the filings, not even the technicals. It had to do with all the people. And I don't know why all the people were there. Doesn't matter. I don't need to know. I just need to know they're there and they're putting their money on the table. So I missed this one today. I didn't go that far down the chart. But in all fairness and honesty, I was actually playing options today on the market. I just had a feeling today was going to be a strong day after yesterday's news. And I kept my fingers crossed that the president wasn't going to screw it up. So it turned out to be a pretty decent day. But I'm always poking my head into the OTC market just to see if there's any explosive activity. Well, folks, I think that is about our time out there. Nikki, do you have anything you'd like to add, hon? I didn't give you a chance to say.
No, that's okay. I really just enjoy, honestly, coming and listening to you. I really do. So, no, I don't. But thank you for letting me hang out with you today.
Well, we appreciate that. And I know you weren't feeling too good, so I really appreciate you showing up.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you so much.
Lily had things to do, and
She
I
did.
could do it alone, but I can't imagine. I'm blind half the time.
No.
I can't see what's going on. Did I leave his craft beer one up there all that time? I sure did. I'm not even sure where that is to turn it off. You can poke any one of these and put their
Right.
up there, and I put that up there. What's this? Oh, there you go. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, folks. I appreciate it. This wasn't our normal sort of thing. We had technical difficulties at the start of the day. Wasn't sure we were going to get this going. Then I had Jehovah's Witnesses come to the door. Just kidding. My dog got locked outside. Life goes on. That's all I can say. Life goes on. I haven't got a private studio, and I don't have anybody else here in the house with me. So thank you for bearing up with me. I hope I shared something with you folks. Really, we do these every Thursday, and we will gladly talk about any stock you want. I will go looking around, and we'll look at stocks I think have something going on. I could rehash stocks we've already looked at, but honestly, we're here for you. We're here to look at stocks and give you our opinion, and we can go back and forth. If you have comments, that's why the second person is here, so that they can help me communicate with you as we're looking around. So come back next week. I'll keep the dog in. I'll put a note on the door that I'm busy, and I'll make sure I smell good too. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate you being here too.
I appreciate you. Bye, y'all.
See you, folks.